All right, Bosa, you're welcome. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very
Welcome to
much.
Tactical Room.
Yep, the big guys studio. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you very much. So today we'll be talking about the France and Spain match.
Yep.
As we all know, it's a match that we've been expecting
Anticipating, I'm telling you.
because we know how tough it's going
It's
to
going to be.
be,
Yeah, sure.
owing to the fact that the both sides are sides that you cannot demean any of their
Sure.
players. So what do you think about the
Sure.
lineup for the both sides?
Okay, I think it's an interesting one, especially like from the French side, because I saw the news yesterday that Kone would be benched for Tutanemi, and I was wondering why. But
Okay.
I believe Deschamps has something he wants to do. Maybe he wants to play some kind of transition football. Today. So we're hoping to see it. What's going to happen?
So who are your favorite to win this match?
Definitely France. Definitely
France.
France. Definitely France. Definitely France.
Okay, so like you are waiting for them to win, or they are your favorites?
No, they're my favorites for the tournament.
Okay, and you feel they are going to win the match.
If Baba Messi can allow us, if Messi can allow us to win this one, we'll definitely win. But
So why do you think? What makes you think that France
France
can
will
win?
win? Okay. Personally, I feel they have the best squad play, not in terms of like just individual players, but in terms of like players that know each other, understand each other. And from the matches we have seen so far, one thing that's lacked so far in like in big teams has been trying to assemble the attack. But France has been wonderful with their attacking play and stuff like that. So I think they're the favorites. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. But then over the time you've noticed how coaches have been making use of someone like Merino,
Yeah.
especially in terms of when they are looking for goals and others. And more often than not, he keeps on like showing himself and
Sure,
them.
sure.
So what do you think about
Merino.
maybe bringing him in along the line for him
Okay.
to do that? So,
Okay, so definitely my biggest fear, today would be France not scoring a goal till like 70 minutes.
okay.
Because if they do that, I would definitely know that Spain would play some magic with either Merino or Zubimendi. They have options on the bench that would.
Zubimendi, is he more of a scorer or more of a defensive midfielder?
Ateta has turned everybody around, so anybody
But
can score.
you're not a believer of Ateta.
I'm not. I'm a hater, but I'm a believer.
Oh.
You understand? So I think their players play very intelligent football. So the only way France can steal this victory is to like start ASAP. Once the match starts, they should.
But then when you look at the head-to-head so far, like the previous four matches that they have played, you've noticed that despite how tough the match has been, usually Spain normally still emerge. And I think it's one of the times that France was able to beat Spain. So with that kind of head-to-head, what makes you think that this one will be different?
Okay, I think because of this reason, I feel Spain may still win because I feel like they have that confidence against France. If you beat France in Euros and beat France in Nations League in the past 2-3 years, it's almost like you would beat them again. But what's making me feel different about that is the Spanish side has been weaker than they were like during the Euros, and the French side themselves have been more solid than they were during the Euros. So I still feel like it's France that has the upper hand in this game. And then Lamine Yamal has not really had the best tournament so far. Sadly, he has been performing absolutely well, but unlike previous tournaments, he has not really been having that. Sharp goals usually same score, like beautiful assist and stuff. So I feel like they will capitalize on that. Though my biggest fear are the fullbacks that Spain is playing with, Poro and Cucurella. They have been solid.
Absolutely the fullback for you mean Spanish or that's
Spanish fullbacks?
Spanish, okay.
Yeah, Cucurella and Poro, they have been absolutely solid in this tournament.
What about the Laporte and the Kubasi?
I feel like it's a weak link when you look at it because Laporte is not really Laporte I used to know. Though Kubasi is still solid, but I would have been more comfortable if he played with an experienced defender that is still like very solid at this point. But Laporte has declined a bit, so I feel like the centre back pair is a bit shaky. But if you watch the games very well, you realize that their fullbacks usually do so much defensive, work, alongside the centre backs here. So it's going to be a beautiful game anyway.
Okay, especially like if you leave that defensive lineup and then you come a bit forward to the defensive midfield aspect, you see Rodri and Ruiz. So don't you think Rodri and Ruiz can be able to be a very good cover up for Kubasi and Laporte?
It will definitely be a good cover up. That's why I say that France themselves they have to be fast. Because the question is like for how long somebody will definitely make a mistake. Rodri has been solid too, so they just have to capitalize on the attack. That's the French team and give as much shots on target, shots, and definitely something will enter. This is Mbappe we are talking about.
Honestly,
something will enter.
And then one other surprising thing there, I don't know if it's surprising to you, but then to me it is someone like David Raya. Over the matches so far, you notice that they have consistently been putting him on the bench on substitutes without from time to time bringing him that much. And then owing to the fact that he has been exceptionally wonderful in Arsenal, being back-to-back carrying the Golden Glove winner. But then coming to the World Cup, he has been a substitute. What makes you think that it is not a weak point more than an advantage to the Spanish team?
Okay, first of all, I feel like in national football, Coaches usually have their preference. We saw that in German team. You know, even when Ter Stegen was in his prime, they were still playing Manuel. They even played him at 40 than any other option. So I feel like when it comes to the goalkeeper, it's a thing of who the coach prefers. Right? So I feel like you may feel like, okay, you may think, yes, rightfully that Raya is a good choice, but in the World Cup system, maybe their coach is right. Simon may be a better option, you know. So I just feel like that's like coach's preference in terms of being a goalkeeper and all that stuff. You know, but Raya is a fantastic keeper. He would, as I said, I don't like Arsenal as a team, but I appreciate their players. Solid players, wonderful players. I can't take that from them. But let me also say that I'm getting a feeling that we may see some Lamine Yamal magic today. I just feel like he has been quiet all this while to unleash in this semi-final. You know, we see.
You feel you're going to see more of Lamine Yamal's magic more than that of Mbappe.
No, I definitely always put my money on Mbappe anytime, any day. But I'm just saying, like, for the person that has been a bit quiet for a while.
Because moving forward, this French team is like they are super really solid. Talented. Because you go to this other side, you see Dembele, world best. You go to this other side, Bakola.
I'm telling you.
You see, count like Mbappe. Then a bit back, you see Olise, and you see that this is a kind of team that every country or club wishes to like have. So likewise, me, I know it's going to be a very tough match, but I think I can still put my bet on France. I imagine. And then lastly, moving forward, do you think either of these teams can be able? Okay, we've made mention of France. Do you think France can be the World Cup winner?
Definitely. I feel like from the beginning, I've always known or felt that with this their solid attack, and balanced midfield and good defense too, that they should win the World Cup. You know, I've not had my doubts. You know, so I feel like they should actually, if they could win this match, they have a 90% chance of winning the World Cup, regardless of who gets to final, regardless of who gets to final. You know, solid attack. The attack is too. In fact, in club football, this will be illegal because you're not going to sign all these players at the same time. You know, because when
honestly,
there on the center we have all this left, Bakola, CF, we have Mbappe, wonderful players, and all of them can play either center forward or wing. So it's like a very, very illegal team, solid team.
And if you also observe, you see that the formation they are making is of like they are playing is the same for the both sides. So do you think it's more of an advantage to any of the sides, or because probably the other side is choosing it, and then do you think it's going to limit any of the sides, the players?
Well, I think what's the only place that will be a bit limiting for the French team is probably the midfield, because I think that the Spanish team has more experience and more creativity on the midfield level. Because obviously we have Olmo, fantastic player, we have Fabian Ruiz, and we have Rodri. You know, so I think that's going to be like the game changer. But I still feel that maybe the attackers would probably drop back a bit to support. You know, I'm anticipating that action. You know, for the French team, because the midfield, Spanish midfield is actually a more solid midfield compared to the French team. So I'm expecting some like drop backs and some interesting football. But it's going to be a wonderful match.
Honestly, it's actually a match that we are all like eager to watch. Starting from the beginning, very soon. We even need to start immediately. So let's expect
wonderful
a lot
football.
of magic and other
football. But do you think that Arsenal can win any of these teams in the final?
You cannot entirely say conclude, but then first of all, we are teaching towards France. As a stand, we're teaching towards France. So, and you definitely know that with the presence of Messi, the team entirely, the confidence will be there.
Absolutely.
And that kind of after this match, we'll talk more about that.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.